one of my favorite things to shoot suppressed, other than the 22 handgun, 22 long rifle. Right now we're going to let you hear this between supersonic and then subsonic. Up first, supers. And now we'll run some subsonics. So one of the you'll notice on that last subsonic round, it didn't lock open that time. Sometimes that'll happen with subsonics. One of the things it's going to be hard to pick up on camera. This shorter barrel, sometimes supersonics don't actually go supersonic. Depends on just how hot they are. So if you're tight on money and you're shooting in a pistol, you may be able to get away with shooting supersonics and basically get close to subsonic results, especially in a full-size 22 can like this. Welcome back to 13C. Today we're taking a look at one of my personal favorites, the USS 22 from Bowers. As the 22 would imply, this is a 22 caliber rated can. It's also rated for 17 HMR, 22 Win Mag, 5.7 FN, as well as in 22 long rifle, it is full auto rated. Now, taking a look at it here, this is just a little longer than most 22 LR cans, coming in at 6.4 inches. But this is completely stainless steel construction, and with that slightly extra length on here, you pick up an extra baffle. While we're talking about baffles, the baffles in here are a licensed, slight variant of the licensed technology from Joe Godini, his Omega baffles. Those are really good baffles. If you're not familiar with them, we'll put some pictures up here of the internals. Really great baffle stack to use for 22s. Anyway, we won't get too far off into that. We've covered some of the 22 suppression technology in the past. We won't delve too far off into the weeds on that here right now. It is fully user serviceable, and total weight on this comes in at 7.6 ounces. You've got a few different mounting options on here. Right now we've got the 1/2x28 ATAS adapter on here from Bowers. They also have other adapters you can put on here so that you can mount it up to your Sig Mosquito without having to put an adapter on that. The Colt 1911 22 style as well, and there's a couple others out there as well, the GSG Sig, stuff like that. So you've got several different options if you want to use that insert in here as opposed to the 1/2x28. That way you're not putting a 1/2x28 on this and then having to put like a 1/2x28 adapter on your P22 as well. And rounding it out, your finish on this is going to be a matte black oxide. The other things we're messing around with is the grip-tastic covers here as well from Bowers, and we're going to see if we can actually slide this on here right now. It's actually a little tough to slide on here. They actually recommend in the manual you take in some water and dribble in a little bit of water on here to slide this guy on, but I was actually able to do it here with gloves on with this right now. And this cover will, in addition to making it so that if inadvertent touches on this aren't going to burn you, which isn't necessarily as much you have to worry about on 22 cans as, let's say, rifle cans, but it will also cut down on mirage. It's a cold day out here today, so for pistol, it's not necessarily, we're shooting at closer distances, isn't going to matter. We break out that the B22 from Savage. That's where some of the mirage can come up at longer distances when you start getting something really hot. At 22, is it going to necessarily be that big of a deal? We're actually going to take a look at that later on as we get colder in the year. As we come in further into later December and January, we're going to be taking a look at how much this actually helps, and also what kind of effect it has on caliber such as 22. We really don't hear that talked about much because for the most part, all your 22 work is going to be a lot closer in, at least mine is. But that's something I'm curious about, and if you guys are interested, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that way you'll get notified when future videos drop. We're still trying to strive to get at least one NFA video out a month, as well as at least 3 or 4 other videos every month, and so far we've been right on target hitting that for the past couple months. Hopefully we'll be able to keep that up as conditions continue to get chillier, and when conditions get too cold out here, I just can't bring my camera equipment out here for fear of it breaking. Shout out to silencershop.com and Sid the kiosk that makes doing all the paperwork for these just absolutely brain dead simple. You go down to the kiosk, you put your fingerprints in from your cell phone, you download a little app, take a passport photo of yourself and upload it, and everything is done basically digitally. They keep track of everything. You can send your tax stamp off digitally. You can pay for it with a credit card online through them. They send it off. They update you when the ATF cashes the check. Pretty cool setup. Anyway, shout out to them, and also Copper Custom down in Valparaiso, Indiana, for handling our transfer on this. Appreciate it. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Facebook.com/gun reviews is a great place to find us. You can also find us on Instagram. We are at 13C Gun Reviews. We've got a Patreon page if you're interested in checking that out, as well as our big cartel shop where you can pick up unique patches that you won't find anywhere else, 13C patches, as well as some other miscellaneous swag. And Miss 13C made some more Christmas ornaments this year, so if you want to pick up one of those, they're handmade by her personally. Pretty cool. Go ahead and check those out if you're interested. Sign up for the newsletter as well. We're about to hit 10,000 subs, and we'll try and wrap that in if everything hits right with some of our end of the year holiday giveaways that we do via the newsletter. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk soon. On that Super versus Subsonic 22 LR thought that I put out there, we've got 10 rounds of Supersonic loaded up here. We'll put a couple into the dirt, then we'll put the rest into the steel. But when you're out plinking, especially at steel with a 22 pistol like this, you really don't need to dump that extra money on subsonic ammo. So 22 is cheap enough anyway. If you want to get the most performance out of your can, go right ahead. But especially if you're shooting at steel, run some cheap stuff through there from time to time. Run some cheap stuff, right? Oh, that's good. There we go.